Two. No, you're fine, actually.
Or we could have Skyped in together. I only knew that.
Susie, as was mentioned, is a geologist from Youngstown, Ohio, and she agreed to join us tonight via the internet and tell us a little bit about what the injection wells did to their community, and I think she'll talk about some of the ongoing work they're doing to try to protect their community. They have drafted a CELDEF ordinance, Community Environmental Legal Defense Fund amendment, charter amendment, and they've tried 3 times to get it passed and it's failed. So I'm glad to have her on board tonight, and hopefully she'll call in here in any second.
I guess just plug in, make sure, did you turn the sound back up? So
Sure.
Just below the phone, maybe.
We couldn't get rid of that.
Yeah. Back in the wiring.
Hello.
Hi, Susie.
Camera's off.
Hi, Susie.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good. Good. Welcome to our forum. I just introduced you and talked about some of what you have gone through up in Youngstown. A little bit about their Bill of Rights and the earthquakes, but we'll go ahead and give you about 10 or 15 minutes to tell us what's been happening in Youngstown, if you will.
Okay, great. Well, as Bill may have told you, I'm a geologist and I worked in the oil fields. My grandfather was a driller, and actually my grandmother was born in Bucyrus. So I have been out there in Galleon before. So in Youngstown, I first heard of fracking in July of 2010. Somebody had a great Vanity Fair article. Didn't know that there was a problem with fracking. I mean, I read about it and was concerned, but until we had an earthquake, actually 2, on March 17th, 2011. So didn't know, had no idea that it was connected with an injection well. Over the next several months, we had a number of earthquakes, and by the end of October, we had 8 earthquakes. And there was actually an article in our local newspaper, The Vindicator, where the Ohio Department of Natural Resources and the industry, DNL, who owned the injection well, were both saying, we don't think there's any correlation between the earthquakes and the injecting of fluids. So about a month later, we had another one, and then Professor Kim from Columbia University, New York, brought out more seismometers, and they set them up around, and they were able to pinpoint the location of the earthquakes. We had another earthquake on December 24th, and then somebody went into conference because they shut the well down on December 30th, and the next day, December 31st, at 3:04 in the afternoon, that's when we had the 4.0 earthquake. They like to say that, oh, there was very little damage, but I know people who had cracks in their kitchen, and through our canvassing for our Bill of Rights, we've met many people that had cracked foundations, cracks in their walls, other damage. So 4.0 is small when you're talking about California or other types of areas where it's seismically active. But for an area like Ohio, where, for one thing, our building standards are not set for earthquake issues, it's a problem. And certainly being human-induced is also a problem. So December 31st, that happened. It really shook everybody up. By early January, we had a large public meeting at our convention center, and ODNR came and started showing the history of oil and gas on on screens